Welcome to Hey Clarity. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today we're doing a collective Akashic Records reading for the month of October. The questions that we're going to ask are, what's the overall energy for the month? What can we expect in the first week, second week, third week, fourth week? And then lastly, what's the most important message we need to know? Let's get into it. What is the overall energy for the collective for the month of October? They're showing me a Rolodex, and like sifting through people, relationships. We're reviewing and revising our relationships. There's a catalyst here. There's like a feeling of authenticity. And if something is not resonating or not authentic, is not true to who you are today and who you're becoming and where you're going, it's like if something is so out of date, this feels like it has to do a lot with like relationships and the people who know you or knew you when. It's a bit of reflection to see like how far you've come and how different, like what's the difference they're saying? Like what's the difference? And are people's projections of you or ideas of you or falsehoods about you holding you back or keeping you stuck in a place that doesn't resonate with you? And I'm seeing like us reaching a breaking point with it, where like we almost like get frustrated and like crack out of our shell of just like, well, this is who I am now, so take it or leave it. I am not who I was. I am who I am becoming. I am who I am now. And this can really kind of like make or break friendships, partnerships, work relationships, like our colleagues and our coworkers, but even our jobs themselves. It's like we're seeing this, we're in this reflective moment. They're saying be more reflective. We're in this reflective moment of just like looking at the external world and seeing if it is reflecting back or projecting an image of us that is not who we are, no longer serves us. And it could come in this place of like, you don't know me. And maybe it's hurtful, maybe it's frustrating, maybe it's liberating. Like we're going to go through all these phases of like emotional, like this kind of progression of emotions throughout it, of just, and I feel like it can get really heightened around family members. But there's a catalyst here. And they're just like, it's not about like cutting people off. They're like, you might want to trim the edges. You might want to cut the fat if something's really not resonating with you, if something's really out of touch, if people really aren't hearing you and who you are. The easier ones are easy to cut off. So it's like, this isn't resonating with me. I'm trying to make this work. It's not working. This is not what I said. This is not who I am. This is not who I'm becoming. You are not hearing me. You are not seeing me. I cannot move forward in this. Cut that shit out. I'm getting like the deeper rooted relationships, like family and friends. There could be like an adjustment period. It's not necessarily like cut it out. There are going to be easier ones to cut so you can feel free to move forward with who you are and who you're becoming. And then there are ones that they're saying like the deep rooted ones where it's more of like an adjustment period versus like cutting them off. It might just be, how you show up, and maybe where you thought you could show up in a more like safe and rooted way, maybe you show up more superficially, right? More on the surface, make it easier for you, make it easier for them. It's like almost like you kind of pick and choose where you have a losing battle, and like, is it worth it? But in getting, we're really like anchored in who we are. And if people aren't getting that and it's causing frustration, just distance more for yourself to get a handle on it. And it's almost like the reason that this is very important is because a lot of us are in this cocoon phase, and we don't want to be disturbed in that phase. Like, we're still forming, we're still growing, we're still melting into the goo of like who we're going to become. And so it's almost like if you're in a cocoon and like there's someone there hitting you with a stick, disrupting your cocoon, disrupting your transformation. And if people cannot see who you are now, I'm just getting get rid of it. If it's the easier ones, get rid of it. Like, get rid of it. Like, you're supported in getting rid of it in a way where like it'll be easier than you think. Um, but I'm getting to have a lot of like, they're like clean it out, clear it out, like have a lot of clean breaks with the easier ones. Okay, anything else? The overall energy. It's a big one on relationships. We are reviewing and revising our connections again, but like this is like a major improvement. Like, we've made major progress. We've grown stronger and deeper into like who we are. And so, in order for us to have the life and the world that we can walk through and feel like ourselves, empowered and supported and seen and heard, we have to, where we can, have control over external factors. We have to take action to clear and clean all that out, to work that out so that we can walk in the world comfortably, confidently, and most importantly, at peace with ourselves. So I'm really getting that we're on many levels and many different phases of this transformation, of this transition. We're not cooked. And that's why, again, it's very important to clear where you can, clean out where you can. They're like, you're prepping for your environment to have a transformation. So like, how would you set up your life, your world, your environment so that you can become this next version of yourself? You can fully become who you're becoming. And it's like, they're just saying like, go into darkness, like not like scary shadow work necessarily. I mean, that might be part of your transformation, integrating this integration so that you have the balance. But it's not, they're like, it's not darkness in like shadowy depths and the ugliness. It's darkness as in, what do you want to say? Expansion, possibility, endlessness, growth. Okay. They're like, no interruptions, and I'm getting there. It's like a big time for like respect and personal boundaries and seeing what you need to say and do to initiate those boundaries, and using your voice in very like clear terms, respectful, polite terms. This is not working for me. This is done. We are done. I can't, whatever it is. They're like your version of it, but they're like being polite and open and clear. It is over. This is over. This isn't continuing. There's going to be a lot of that. And I'm getting that, like, if you are like unaware of this kind of happening, like it might happen to you, someone might cut you off. And there's a moment of reflection and there's a moment of respect of like, oh, I see why this person did that. And now I'm going to go look at myself. So like the reflection, this mirror, it's like contagious. It's like you feel the intention behind the words that are said or the action that is taken. And that intention is like respect and boundaries and knowing that this person is essentially protecting their peace. I'm seeing people like really getting it, like getting the clue, getting the hint behind the boundary. And that's serving everyone in that, hey, like I should probably look at myself too and see like, how am I acting? How am I being? Who am I being? How am I treating other people? How am I treating myself? There's a lot of respect and a lot of boundaries. I'm seeing lines drawn in the sand, and then it's like chalk on the concrete. Like I'm seeing like just lots of different variations of boundaries. Some people are building fences. Like it's just kind of depends. But it's a bit of a clean up, clean out, and cut off time. And you might be doing that in your like everyday habits. You might be cleaning and clearing out your home, your closets, your sanctuary, right? And they're just like the macro to the micro. Like do all of it. Like take the time to do that. And also like resting in the process. There's like this kind of like overwhelming need for like peace and quiet and like true connection when you're with other people. Like the right relationships, the right connections when you're connecting with people. Your good friendships, your best friendships, those people who grow and change with you, separately but together. Like I know who you are. I see how far you've come. I've seen your evolution. I've seen you grow over the years, and I love every version of you and all the versions you're becoming. There are people who get that growth and expansion and change, people who pay attention and who see you and who listen to you when you speak. And they're like with you. I'm getting like, your ride or dies. These are your ride or dies. So we're being like, there's way more discernment about the people in our lives. And this has been an ongoing process, but this is kind of like the flavor of it in the month of October. Okay. First week of October. First week of October. Getting like catalyzing relationships. Something's stirring and swirling. Networking. Something is stirring and swirling. But it's almost like there's a picture that's been spinning and it's twirling, and I see like spirals in it, but it's slowing down to reveal a clear image. So it's like something's been swirling and spinning, and then finally it stops so you can actually see what the image is. It's not just swirls. We're not confused. It's not we're not overwhelmed, right? The spinning, the overthinking, the overwhelming, not being able to see straight, like what's in front of you. There's a clear image, there's a clear picture, something that has been maybe looping in your mind or stressing you out in your brain slows down so you can see it clearly. Anything else about the first week of October? It's catalyzing, they're saying, catalyzing relationships. Something in this first week it's almost like it stops the spin of confusion and overwhelm. And once we see that clear image, let's see. They're like second week. Okay. Tell me about the second week. Tell us about the second. Now we want to look at the details. Now we want to look how it's made. How is this made? How can this friendship or this relationship grow? How can I nurture it? It's almost like if it is about people and relationships and networking, it's like wanting to get to know the person more. Like I'm looking at a painting and I'm like looking at the brush strokes and the color choices and the color of the frame and the details of the frame. And there's like inquiry. I'm like, so if you're meeting new people or if you're reconnecting with people on this deeper level, like you genuinely want to know more about them. Like, tell me about you. Where have you been? Like, where do you come from? What's your story? I want to know about you. There's like a deeper interest in our relationships of like getting to, it's not this like passersby superficial, hey, hi, bullshit, gossipy, whatever. It's like, no, I want to know you. Like, whoa, like, who are you? Tell me everything. And it's, these are more balanced reciprocal relationships. So if you're one of those people who's had these one-sided relationships where people just talk and talk and talk about themselves and their problems and they complain and it's superficial and whatever, and like they don't ask you about you and like how you are, what's new with you, that's kind of the garbage that we're cutting out and clearing out. And what's in front of us is more reciprocity. It's grounded. It's in the moment. Like I'm seeing two people meeting for coffee, either for the first time or for the first time in a long time. And they're like reaching over and like touching each other's hands and having this like deeper connection. Like, oh, I'm so sorry that you went through that, or I didn't know, or, I'm here for you. Like we're connecting on such a more authentic, human, genuine level. Like I'm looking into your eyes and I'm hearing your words and I'm feeling what you're feeling in this moment. And it's natural. And I'm getting like, even in these like deep connections, it's not necessarily like fast paced, quick jumping in. It's like we have these moments where we're talking and we're talking, and then it's like, it's quiet, but it's comfortable quiet. It's like we're just thinking and just being together. Oh my God, like these deep connections are so good. They're saying like, deep connection, deep correction. Like we're getting this like rebalancing of our relationships where it's like these are true, deep, authentic people that we're connecting with. We're like magnetized to each other. And I'm getting, it's like these are callings to your people. Like they said this in the Virgo new moon solar eclipse reading where they were talking about love. Oh, okay. It all makes sense. Okay. Where they're like, we're connecting on such a deep level. We're falling in love with each other. And that requires authenticity, that requires heart, that requires like deep, centered, present moment connection. It's not like swift moving necessarily. I'm getting that like the excitement to connect so deeply with someone could have you take off with your foundation, and that could happen rather quickly, but it's not superficial fast. It's like, I know who you are, or I want to know who you are, or I'm enjoying getting to know you. And we're going to take our time because this is worthwhile, and I can tell this is going to be long lasting. And again, this is friendships, reconnecting, new. This could be like a new job that you're settling into that just feels so good. Like you feel like I can be here for a while. Yeah, I can be here long term. Or new partnerships, or reconnecting with family members in a way that you haven't connected them in the past. I'm getting a little bit of like for, older relationships, like from the past. I'm getting that oh, what did they say? I had the word and then I lost it. It might come back. Um I don't know. That's so weird. Old. Last. There's something about like time, recognizing the recognition of how much time has passed, the fast pace. So if it is like long time friendships and family, like our family, We're like, oh my God, like we're getting older and time is flying by and we don't necessarily have, we may not have that much time together. Oh, it feels emotional. Don't make me cry. Uh-uh. um, like emotional, like imbalances, things where things were unbalanced in a connection with family members, they may be able to be more balanced in, connection and having connection, this reconnection with each other and connecting on this deeper level and having these more meaningful conversations. And I'm getting that they can be emotional and just let that be. Like let them be emotional. So many of us we try to stuff it down or hide our emotions or not say the things we really want to say. And they're just like, you might want to get it out. You might want to take advantage of the opportunities when things come up, when your emotions arise and the things you really want to say to each other. We're being called to each other, whether it's past people or present people. And okay, they're circling back to, this is how it ties into also the eclipse thing, was that it's a calling, right? We're getting tapped on the shoulder. Like there are spirit guides, like our team, everything that loves us in the unseen wants to bring us to our people. And so we are getting called to each other, the reconnection, for a reason. Maybe for a short time, a short reunion, maybe for a long one. But the relationships are callings right now. And that's starting, we're having deeper connections in the second week, or the beginnings of deeper connections. Okay, tell us about the third week. Tell us about the third week of October. I'm getting like it's alive. Something really like wakes us up, a wake up call. I think we're feeling nurtured by these reconnections, by these deep connections. And there's a lot of excitement. It's like, they're kind of giving me the example of like, it's like you have this crush and like you and the crush hit it off. And it's like, oh, like this could be something. Like we have no idea where this can go. This could be something. Okay, cool. There's like excitement. And even in like the renewed relationships, the renewed friendships, it's that feeling of like after you're seeing somebody, like an old friend, and it just like they get it and you get it, and you're like, you feel grounded in each other, you feel supported by each other, you feel unstoppable. It's love. You feel that foundation of love between you, that support, that encouragement, having the people behind you, like having this solid foundation of relationships to help you get through things. It's the excitement and the sturdiness and the steadiness of knowing like, you know, they've got my back. Wow, like that feels really good. And maybe you realize like, oh, I forgot what that felt like, or I haven't felt that in a really long time. Like they've got my back. Um, and they're like, you're gonna feel for each other, like you're gonna feel it for each other, and that just kind of amplifies this aliveness and this excitement to be together, to spend more time together or not, or to keep in touch more, right? Like I'll call you more if you don't live near each, like whatever it is. But there's this, you know, this understanding that like, oh, like you're my people, and that's awesome. You're like, I want to keep you. You were excited to be with each other, and it's like however long, however far it is between you, distance wise, or maybe not at all, right? Like it's almost like time and distance means nothing. You've solidified the foundation of this relationship. You've solidified this bond, and it's like wherever this goes, like I know you've got my back, and I've got your back. So it's like they're like real, right relationships, like real, true love, real, like it's real. And we feel it deeply, and we're excited about it, and we feel unstoppable and unshakable, very expansive. Tell us about the fourth week of October. Bold. Like I see I see us stepping into our confidence, bold. They're kind of showing, people like looking like royalty, like dressed like kings and queens. Like we're feeling better, we're feeling more confident, we're walking in the world with smiles on our faces. Like, yeah, like I got this, we got this. Like knowing that you have all this support with you, knowing that you have your people more than ever, right? Or knowing that, these renewed relationships are like very clear, like, yeah, yeah, like I got you, I'm here for you. So it's like having that encouragement and having that support gives you this bold sense of confidence, this bold, renewed confidence of like who you are and where you're going and who you're meant to be. So by the end of October, we're feeling they're like emboldened, you know, sturdy, strong, lit up. And I just keep seeing like a man like dressed like a king and a woman dressed like a queen. Like I'm just seeing like this royal garb. We feel good and we're acting like it. The confidence is magnetizing, you know. And it's almost like you light up with all this confidence, and then other people see you and they light up, and they like it just keeps going. It's inspiring. You're an inspiration from the inside out. What's the most important message you need to know about October? What's the most important message we need to know about October? If there are falls from grace, be kind. These right relationships that we are connecting, reconnecting to may come from places where people have fallen. What is that? I'm just seeing someone like falling from like a high place, and then they're like getting up and like shaking themselves off, and they're really not sure what to do. Um, it falls. Be gentle with the people that you might be clearing out of your life or cutting off, like whatever it is. Like I'm getting that like it it hurts us. It hurts us on both sides to end relationships and connections. It's painful no matter what. So I'm getting be gentle on both sides. Be polite on both sides. Some people are falling from higher cliffs than others. Some people are going to be very surprised to be cleared out or cut off. They're not expecting it. They weren't paying attention, right? So if you're in a connection where you weren't seen or heard, they weren't paying attention to you. And this was just normal. This was the role. So for you to cut them off, they're just like, what? And it might cause some chaos for them. And so you decide, you know, how you participate or connect in that aftermath or post cutting off the connection. But I'm getting that's why it's really important to like have them be respectful and peaceful and just clean and clear. Like doesn't have to be a fight or an argument or some sort of overwhelming, chaotic, dramatic confrontation. It could be quiet. It could be silence. It could be distance. It could be you just deciding in your home very, very clearly, heart, head, soul, I'm done with this person. And then they feel it. I mean, if you've known someone for a long time or have a deep connection with someone, like they feel it telepathically on a consciousness level. So I'm just getting like with these endings and new beginnings, really just be gentle with others, be gentle with everybody, and be gentle with yourself. You also might be surprised in the aftermath of how you feel when you get someone out of your life. You might be like, did I do the right thing? Like, I don't know. Have a little bit of an identity shakeup. But in your clear, sound mind, it was what you wanted. But as we feel, our connections, the threads from our hearts, as we feel ourselves pulling apart, we pull on each other's hearts. So you can feel the pulling away, you can feel the moving apart, moving away. So we will be grieving and mourning these, some more than others, but we'll all be going through the ending together. And so that's even why, like, for you as well as them, to be gentle and respectful and peaceful in the parting. Because I'm getting, for some people, this is like shake up, like big deal shakeups for them. And some people might be getting hit with a lot of people cutting them off at once, which could make them feel very alone. So there's also like there's so many levels of like the connection is like, if there's really no bad blood but you're not cool, you could be like, hey, and by the way, like, if you ever really need anything, like, I'll be here for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to feel out the relationship and how you want to play it. Everybody's going to be different. It's going to be different, whatever. But it's kind of like we might just be moving people in like different tiers of our lives. Someone was a close friend, now they're an acquaintance. Things like that. Yeah. But it's like they're kind of saying it all falls down. It all falls down. Like, we all go through some sort of period of mourning and grieving any kind of loss, any kind of transition. The decision to end something is a transformation, is a transition, is a change. And we all go through whatever period of time to get through that transition, transformation, and change. But it's necessary. So just do it well. Be good to each other. Be nice to each other. Okay? They're like, it's real. It's real. These relationships are real. These are real people. These are real human beings, just like you. And to just really acknowledge like the depth of our souls and how we are connected, and communicate that gently, peacefully, and wisely with love. Okay? Okay. That was the Akashic Records collective reading for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how that's resonating for you. I am really looking forward to seeing the shifts and shakeups of all the people. I don't know who's coming in, who's going out. I'm so curious. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.